All right. Well, single best of 3 today. Let's jump into our first draft. It's ready to start. Game number 1, Incubus versus Omega.
Radiant team back.
All right.
It's good to hop back into the draft and see Bristleback just instantly taken away. Isn't that nice?
Dire team back.
Now we don't
We
worry
came
about
a long
Viper. Yeah.
What about
Yeah,
the Brood?
really.
What about the Brood? Okay.
Yeah,
It
I
is
want to look
available.
at our first draft of the whole season.
We got Puck, Brood, Nyx. You got a whole lot of options here.
I think right at the beginning of the season, we were still playing the season 1 meta, where
10 seconds
like
team pick.
what?
The first 4 bands of season, the first match of this season, the first 4 bands were Gyro, Rubik, Timbersaw, and Wyvern.
Rubik.
Yep. Rubik was
the
a
hell?
first
Wait,
phase ban by the Ego Boys for 2 straight games.
10 seconds remaining.
Okay.
Yeah. Beastmaster was winning. Ah, yes, good times.
Dire team
Phoenix was
Yoda
in every
Interceptor.
game. That was another one.
Radiant team.
That hero's gone. Times
Now
have
we see a
changed, guys.
lot of Abaddon. That's
Lena
the 5.
Abba.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just feels so safe. You know, I don't think we're ever upset to see Abba picked up. He certainly doesn't win every game, but he's just well-rounded. Gives you that little bit of
Radiant
push you
team
need.
back.
Did you guys see? Did you guys watch
All right.
EG versus Quincy?
Dire
All right.
team back.
I did. See
I did
those
not,
games.
although I've heard it was quite the series.
Radiant
So one of the
team back.
series had a position 5 Legion commander.
True.
And I remember, I guess AY and yourself, Trent, they were you guys were not happy, but you know the cast range on the Presty attack is a little bit higher than the Abaddon. So don't you think that's good? Don't you think that's nice?
No, it's
No.
significantly worse.
No.
It actually wasn't the problem with their draft. I'll give them that. It wasn't that bad. But I think Abba's just busted. Abba can actually like zone and pressure and be annoying. I do actually love the Rubik counterpick. We've seen this before, and Rubik is just
True.
like straight up better Abba. You know,
Yeah, cast range, cast
Radiant
point,
team
everything's
back.
better
Yeah.
on that bad boy. You have more mana.
after
Well,
the laning
I
stage,
think
though.
from a position 5 perspective, I like
team
having Abba's ult better than LC's ult. Like, yeah, duel can come in handy against key heroes, but Abba's ultimate lets him do stuff as a 5 that other 5s can't do.
True.
You know, he can kind of run in there, he can play bait. He's got options, man. That's part of his strength.
True.
He can just run at you. How many laning phases have we seen where it's like, how do you lane against this guy? He just runs at you and hits you with his stupid sword. Speaking of stupid swords, it's Wraith King.
the key.
passive first and orb. That's my jam. You know, I love seeing that
Hell
when
yeah,
it's the right lane for it, and this might be
Oh,
one of
yeah.
them.
I think this lane is going to be metal. I think one of the few
Sure.
games Omega won recently, it was with his Lina. He actually got to rank 10 spamming the Lina.
5 seconds
I think they just want
remaining.
to give this guy whatever hero he thinks is good, and they're going to draft everything else afterwards. We'll see. I guess, Mars probably going to be a 3 with Rubik 4. What do you draft here? Yeah, this
Mars
safe-
has turned into quite the flex pick, to be real.
Oh, yeah.
Guess it varies by team, but I see this hero now and I think, anything but the 1.
Yet.
I actually don't know what I want here. I could go for like a Witch Doctor or a Wyvern or a 5 Nyx if anyone's up for playing that.
Yeah, Nyx. I don't know. Yeah, like Nyx 5.
It
good
really
versus
depends on
Lina,
your
but-
carry player.
Dire team pick.
Yeah,
there
they'll just
you
play
go.
it safe.
Oh, which boy?
The doctor.
It's actually,
It's cool.
I mean, he's really good, but it is not the best Witch Doctor game in a couple ways. Like, I don't see it as being the easiest heroes to gank when I get level 6, unfortunately. Sometimes they look real juicy. I mean, he's still a great hero, obviously, for
10
various reasons.
seconds
Maybe Warlock
remaining.
was better here. But then you have the Dispel with the Fatal Bonds.
Yes.
Yeah,
5
but
seconds remaining.
and plus big ultis versus Wraith King is kind of bad. But I do like the range of the initiation versus the Lina, because in Warlock you can actually pressure her.
Exactly. I think my problem with the Witch Doctor here is that you have no idea who the offlaner is,
Radiant
so
team pick.
it is a little scary. Yeah, now they show up that Lean is middle. Ursper is going to be 4.
I think Witch Doctor can lane versus any offlaner though. Isn't that like the whole strength of picking it there compared to like an Undying who might get like Nature's Prophet or something?
Yes. But I feel like you really wanna
10
you wanna
seconds
be
remaining.
able to lane against the Buki boys, just maledict
5
him.
seconds
Like if there's a
remaining.
Lash Strike in your lane, if there's like a range hero, I think Witch Doctor seems a little bit more underwhelming. Like you have the heal and all, but I don't think you do that much. But it's probably better to pick the 5 anyways, just so you can save your carrion metal.
Yeah, I think they should definitely ban Lesh and DP probably with their next 2 bans. If I was Incubus,
Yep.
The Lesh is covered, so DP and you get
Oh.
another.
Didn't even see it way up there.
Oh, true.
Excellent.
True. The
They're way ahead
instant
of you, bud.
Jamery ban.
Yeah. That's just a respect ban at this point. They'll first phase that pretty much any time.
All right, Deuce and Lunar banned. What do we do, guys?
What is left?
Wait, can we finally get a Monkey King? Is he that bad? I guess
I
he
think
is.
Could be
Let's be
solid.
honest.
I don't know. I think versus the Wraith King, it feels pretty good. Lena can be a little scary, but you get the
Versus
double
Troll's
bubble
good,
going.
too.
Troll Witch Doctor?
Radiant
Yeah,
team
Troll's good.
back.
Troll's just safe. I think they probably should have
Ooh.
trolled, honestly.
I
'Cause
agree.
I think it's going to get banned.
I think there's way less top tier carries than mid available.
Yeah.
Yeah, although Void Spirit's kind of an interesting one now. His stock has fallen in South America. Haven't seen him picked up nearly as much. He gets banned out really occasionally, like when there's a puck already picked up and it's last phase, you need a mid, that kind of stuff. So this is interesting. This is a little different.
10
This is like the Black Soul
seconds
special, right?
Yeah, really good Veno ban. That's another excellent
5 seconds
range
remaining.
to offlaner. And that helps
Yes.
secure up whatever their one is to, be it Troll or Ursa. You know, obviously you think Ursa, but it's not like Troll enjoys playing versus Veno.
Yep.
I mean, I
He's
think it's a
just-
nice ban, especially if you didn't want to pick Ursa, because it's good against other carries anyway, but it almost forces the Ursa ban, and that
Yeah.
opens up your
Oh,
pool a
true.
little bit.
Radiant team
If
back.
you wanted Ursa, then, I mean, good luck to you. But
I think if you want Ursa, you ban it last. Although
Yeah.
they do have the other ban on Omega now, so not that great. They take the Gyro though. I guess. Well, that's interesting.
Yeah,
I
why
don't
are they
think
banning
the
Gyro?
10 seconds
Yeah, I don't think the Gyro Wraith King matchup. Maybe they just feel like that's a
5
hero
seconds
they value a
remaining.
lot. I mean, it is Berna. He loves Gyrocopter. It's just not a great matchup. I think Wraith King does fine against it.
yeah, that whole Wraith King comes back, then you have call down for when he comes back is not a real counter. That's just like,
Yeah,
Although the Ags has been
And-
looking pretty damn good these past couple days. That I'll say.
I think Gyro's in a fine spot. He's still not my favorite carry, but he has a place. He's good at fighting. He does a lot of
Red
damage.
Team ban.
Hey, they banned the Viper. Okay.
Oh, will they Spectre here? What about the Specky spec?
Could work.
Diffusal Blade versus Wraith King.
I like it
you
with
just
Witch
get on top
Doctor.
of the Lena.
Sometimes Spec really benefits from that 5 with
10
some
seconds
healing,
remaining.
right? Somebody that can play actual doctor in the first 5
5
minutes.
seconds remaining.
Yeah, they might just want like a Lifestealer too or something.
True.
I think
Or
just any
Sven,
melee
maybe?
carry, like I mean, yeah, exactly. Like Troll, like no one wants to play versus Viper. It's just the same
Yeah, that's-
situation, you know.
Yeah, and they do have less pickup for offlane. So, and we did say they want a range offlaner, so maybe they just want to
Yeah.
get their bases covered here.
This is a tough last ban. You kind of want to take out Spectre, Troll, and Ursa, and you're going to have to pick your poison.
Radiant
I think you
I think,
take,
yeah, I actually think I'd ban the
Ursa.
Ursa because I don't want to get roached and lose. That's what I was just thinking. You know,
Oh.
I'd rather leave us with the good roach potential with our Abba and our Wraith King.
True.
Well, it's not like Troll is bad Roche, though.
I mean, it's still slower than Ursa though.
Yes.
fair.
10 seconds remaining.
But yeah, I mean, Troll just looks fine. Why not?
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, I guess you could argue that Illusion Heroes look kind of decent too here if they had like a Naga player or something, but they still
I
have
think
one
you
pick
could
left.
PA also if you really wanted to.
Just be a bit
I really like
spicy.
Terrorblade in this
Yeah.
matchup. But they
And
go
Spectre.
The Spectre.
Very nice. Good call, Bowie.
Thank you.
I like it. I
Yeah.
like it.
You know what, guys? I was actually, I was thinking and thinking and thinking. Almost every game we were seeing Bristleback, no one was
seconds
building
remaining.
Vessel, or like maybe half of the games they were building Vessel. And then I
5
did some
seconds
calculations, I did some tests,
Beep beep
And
beep beep beep.
If you buy Sanj and Yash, I'm sorry, if you buy Sanj, the HP region reduction that you get from Vessel is your normal HP region without Sanj. So a 2,000 gold item that most heroes already want to buy counter a 3,000 gold item that you need a charge for, and it's usually not like a super feel good item. It's like okay, there's a high.
So
HP
don't
hero
buy
there.
Vessel. Is that the takeaway here?
I think so. Like sometimes, you know, a couple there's heroes that really like it, like Invoker. You're still gonna get Vessel on him, but overall, it feels like if you don't have a hero that really likes to build it, it doesn't feel that great. And I think might be one of the reasons Spectre feels good sometimes. Like Lena's not gonna buy Vessel. Maybe her Spirit will be forced to. We'll see.
This is a
Is there
Necrophos
any
game.
off laner with break
Necrophos.
here? Ooh, Necro.
Necrophos is the hero. It's been looking better and
that.
better. It's picking up steam in all the regions. Ah, the Dark's here.
Now select
Still
your
good.
Well,
Don't. Yeah,
this is
I
fine.
like-
This is good hero. Yeah. Some good pressure onto Spectre as well. They have the Witch Doctor. A Ray Taste will be able to heal through some of that Ion Shell damage. So kind of good on both sides, right? Darkseer can get what he wants, but Incubus should be able to handle it okay. Wow. I like these drafts. This should be a pretty damn good game one. Both with a lot of merit, a lot of stuns on both teams. That's a good thing to look for.
It's gonna be one of these classic games where at the end of it you think, man, I hate mid Lena. Because it's, I feel like there's just a lot of pressure. There's a high chance that J. Mary has a big burden in the early game. Well, Mangate is doing a little bit of farming and stuff, and I think Darkseer can be a little bit absent during that time frame as well. And if you're not getting pickoffs of the Lena, suddenly you don't have enough farm, and you get arena and haunted once and just die. I don't know. Like Yules doesn't really protect you versus the Void Spirit. I feel like J. Mary's kind of left on an island this game. Just looks easier to me for Incubus.
I totally disagree. I think this is one of those games where the Lena actually has an advantage versus Void Spirit. And when I look at all of the other lanes, I think it's fairly even. So in my opinion, the mid player that gets the rotations going, that gets this team rolling, will allow his team to flourish. And Spectre is a hero that farms so slow. So if that Spectre dies once or twice, or if they lose a couple of towers, I feel that Spectre is going to farm really slowly, and the Radiance Wraith King is going to take over. So I'm going with the King here.
Oh, Bowie, you fool. I see platinum medallions. I see a Void Spirit primed to make some space and a Witch Doctor ready to heal his Spectre into oblivion. I'm ready to hand it over to the casters. We got no pause here. It's Gary. It's Theban. Welcome to week 6, boys. The final sprint. How the hell are you?
Yeah, doing pretty well. Not too bad, even though losing out on poker the other night felt pretty rough. Still steaming, still a bit salty from that one, but looking forward to some Dota 2 action here. Theban, these drafts, it kind of feels like Omega are able to fight non-stop around Ion Shell. They've got beefy boys in front of the Lena, and I kind of agree with Bowie that Jamari here, as long as he's not just rushing into the middle of 5 heroes, should have a pretty decent game. Incubus, quite reliant on that Spectre too.
Jamari, I think that's the name of the game here. This man on Lena is just absolutely nuts. Every time I see him play this hero, I feel like he's just destroying lanes, making them plays, not really dying. And they also first faced it because they're not afraid to flex this hero and just be able to give it to him straight up. I think 90% of the time when they pick this Lena, it's going to be for Jamari. And I don't really think Incubus countered him on the mid lane. So he's going to have a good game no matter what.
Yeah. Especially when we've seen previous drafts, and this one in particular, it was Lesh, Invoker, first 2 bans, and then it's kind of like, well, Jamari, what do you want to play? You've not got too many heroes left, let's just first phase your Lena and get on with it. As Burner going to steal out one of the bounty runes down bottom, still a 2 for 2, and get ourselves into these lanes where Darkseer, Earth Spirit are going to be against this Spectre Witch Doctor, but Incubus starting with a tri-lane top.
So this could be good, but it could be really bad too, because when you're playing against Darkseer Earth Spirit as a Witch Doctor, you want to be skilling heal for your Spectre and just kind of farm bottom. But now you got a Cask level 1 top lane, and I'm not really sure you're going to be able to get any kills against this Abaddon Wraith King lane.
And then he's just TPing anyway.
Yeah.
Comes back down to bottom. Looks like he's going to try and sentry up one of these camps. Yeah, block out the large camp. Limit the pulls they get on the Dire team. And that comes down to, I think, Thugger seeing sliding up top, spotting out the Rubik, and then Abaddon showing himself. A guy with a shield, not really the one you want to jump onto.
So Spectre not being punished for in any way, being solo bottom for a little bit of that laning. Got all the last hits, top lane too. Looks like Incubus are off to a great start already on both of the side lanes at least.
Yeah, I was wondering how Darkseer had no last hits there. It's the wave coming in towards him, right? He's got like a double wave coming. Oh, misses out on a couple under the tower as well. Once he gets up to level 3, though, that Iron Shell definitely going to create a bit of a pressure lane there into the Spectre. And we also could see Demon, smoking away from this lane. Or I know you like to mention those, Iron Shell pickups and a TP, the surprise movements. But for now, he's just going to be bullying back Aretas on this Witch Doctor, getting a lot of damage on him. Might have to force the cask usage. Wait, is he just dead?
Fire.
Fairy Fire up, under the tower, baiting with a cask, bouncing back onto the creeps.
It's really useless.
That's troublesome,
level
though.
1 cask in this lane, Gary. Like, this is where you wanted that Voodoo Restoration. Just turn it on as he chases you and just be able to fight him back with your Spectre. So, very big missed opportunity to actually win this lane. I think Spectre, Witch Doctor should actually do very well, especially if he maxes out that dispersion on the Spec, reducing the damage of the Iron Shells.
Yeah, it's all those little things that start adding up. What's that tip for? Who's getting a tip? Benja's on the Mars. And Thugger's just hitting him. Does get lifted up. Quick Wraith Fire Blast from Mingate. They're just trading blows there. Sladden's pretty much gone through his entire mana pool, throwing out Fade Balls and Telekinesis.
Yeah,
No
Benja
kills come over.
17 last hits. He's pretty happy so far. I mean, some of those could have been the Skellies. I didn't really, but he's doing good so far top lane. Both heroes just trading farm. They got Quelling Blades and Strength heroes. You're not going to be able to deny so easily.
Yeah, the difference in net worth between him and the Wraith King is minimal. About 100 gold, I think, there. But mid lane, there is a gap building now. 1,700 net worth on the Lina, 1,300 on this Void Spirit, 17-4 against
nice
the 10-2.
dodge.
Gets away
Dodge just
from
the
it.
Remnant mid. He could have, Jamari could have possibly died there if that Remnant actually hit him, brought him into the tower. Could have been chased down by Black Soul. Yeah, Jamari really knows his limits on this hero, and he can see it right here, almost doubling up on his last hits.
Oh, they don't get the roll from Demon onto the Witch Doctor, and that allows Aretas and Burner to actually turn on him. Maledict ticking down, he's got Fairy Fire, and he's trying to battle with the Spectre as Darkseer. He's just under the creep wave, he's not coming back to fight. Oh, I thought maybe they could kill the Spectre off there if they gather up the two of them, but both just sitting low, and Incubus happy.
Yeah, a little bit
Go
low
for
on
a cask
resources.
and a dagger again?
Oh no, Lissax.
There, they get the double kill.
Yeah, this is it again. Like, these players just prioritizing the vacuum over the surge. It's 100 damage for 60 mana, but a 1 minute cooldown, and just hoping for that one kill that you can get. But they're constantly being baited by the Fairy Fires, the sticks that come out. Just play for the lane. Just play to get some XP, and then you're gonna be able to kill them later once you get farm. Instead, you just get double killed bottom against Witch Doctor and a Spectre. Very unfortunate for Omega.
Yeah, and the build from Witch Doctor, 4.5 minutes in, it does finally pay off, that cask and the Maledict not going for the healing. But I've got to say, it felt like Omega there a bit disjointed in terms of what Earth Spirit wanted to do and what Darkseer wanted to do, but they will get on top of the Witch Doctor, roll in towards him with the double Ion Shells.
Yep,
Spectre's
there it
going
is.
to let him die. So finally...
It seems like you don't even need the vacuum to get kills. Surge is also a very good spell at closing the gap and staying on top of people. It's just crazy how just getting one spell has costed them 2 kills in this bottom lane.
Yeah, it's a drastic difference there. I mean, Witch Doctor, just TP's back out. We'll be able to get on top of them.
See top lane.
Top the Darkseer again, and top lane, they're going in on him. Sladden gets the lift off on Mingate. I've got another God's Rebuke with a couple of stick charges if Benjas wants to try and slay Thugger, but level 2 shield. Nephotic shield there. Gonna make him tanky enough just to withstand that little brawl they have in the forest.
Yeah, Abaddon, staying good with his resources. Constantly bringing out some regen. He's got a magic stick now. No more salves though for the Wraith King. And Mars, if he gets some kind of mana boost here, Sodden a little far away from Arc energy booster, they should be able to kill someone top. Because this is the stage where we always see Abaddon kind of dying, right? He's used up all his shields and out of resources. Doesn't really want to buy anymore.
And this is where he goes and scouts the stacks, gets into triangle, watches out for that top rune spot. You know, he makes these little moves and kind of hopes to die and go back to Fountain. And Jamari not landing the light strike array. He gets dodged. Black Soul does find the pick on Thugger, but like you're saying, Thugger's kind of expecting his death, and he's trying to get some more utility out of what resources he had left.
Yeah, I don't really think he was expecting to die to the mid laner though. That is not the person you want to be giving a kill to, but he gets it. Black Soul, that was perfectly timed on his dissimulate and just taking that rune. I'm surprised Thugger didn't try to take a rune because Jamari was going in for it. But he will queue back mid, refill the bottle, and then just go back top and protect this Raid King, who's getting gone on right now because they know that this Raid King, this Abaddon is in the middle. Yep, perfect execution from Incubus. They saw the Abaddon mid refilling the bottle, and they're like, okay, guys, let's commit hard onto this guy.
They do dodge bottom, though. Good rotation from Black Soul, going to turn it back on Demon. Lissex, the Astral Step onto him, but yeah, no mana for a Remnant there. It looks like Black Soul out of gas. So they get the 1-for-1 trade, Witch Doctor out for the Earth Spirit, but you're right, that top lane, huge move from Incubus to take down Mingate. And now Abaddon's kind of like, do I stay middle? Do I move top? I've got to go back up top and help my Wraith King, surely. And he was lurking around in that mid lane, maybe to help out Jamari, who's going to get another bottle refill. Demon's TP'd in now, the bottle service, ferrying regen into Jamari. Very happy Lina there, 65 and 9, top of the net worth by about 800 gold, like almost closing in on 4k.
He's got twice the assets of Black Soul right now, and that's it. Like Lina versus Void Spirit is an incredibly hard matchup. Oh, they miss it.
The first arena from Benjaz, they missed a spear though.
Yeah.
Immediate shield comes out of Thugger as well, so it didn't look like he would be in too much danger. Oh, now the mid lane, Theban. Yeah, Demon's lurking in the trees. I didn't see him. The roll doesn't connect, but they're still going to get the backstab onto the Rubik. Jamari dropping low, throws the Laguna Blade in. The bottle, the heal. Jamari surviving with a miscoil as well. Burner haunted in for this, and Black Soul, he's ditching. Raches, he's going to fall away from that bottom rune spot, but Lina surviving. My goodness, that was close.
What a timing. That's because I believe Sladen, he was not able to get the lift off onto Jamari there. He just died, especially with the Earth Spirit rolling in. I think he had a small window. He should have just went for it, but yeah, Jamari being able to escape that plus the big cooldown of the Spectre. Yeah, there it is. He got he got silenced. Okay, he instantly got silenced. So big plays there from Demon, catching the follow-up. That was amazing.
Beautiful stuff. That's what we need to see from Demon. You know, these Ion Shell rotations, the plays in behind the towers. They'll find Aretes bottom. Cask does bounce back onto Demon, so it slows the move forward, and Surge immediately picks up the pace back onto the Witch Doctor. Aretes burst down by that
These guys are high level
Ion
now.
Shell.
That's huge. Lissak's about to be level 8 now.
Mingate, he does, yeah. He's not going to have to use it just yet, but he has been bullied away from the lane, right? Benjaz having a complete free off lane now.
Okay, let's go back to this bottom lane, Gary.
Go.
Level 8 Darkseer, level 5 Earth Spirit. These guys should be destroying this map right now if they choose to just, you know, wait for someone to show up, Ion Shell them, TP in, roll in, you know, get like a Wraith King or a Lina to follow up. And then on the other side, we have the Spectre who's got a Blade Mill plus a Wraith Band 1. Like, she's got all these small items and she's on pace to be a very fast farmer with this build.
Yeah, especially if they can build up a few stacks back in the jungle for her. Something Aretes probably needs to pay attention to, but they are straight on that Spectre. When you're right, yeah, they just bring the +1. They don't need too much more. A little Remnant catching Demon, but the Yules from Jamari, pre-10-minute Yules, catching out that Void Spirit, but Light Strike Array, the longer cooldown, not going to be able to be used there. Black Soul still a bit stuck down here. They need to bring reinforcements and a good roll. Demon back on top of him. Silences. Laguna Blade. Finish him off.
Man,
Sliding just with a telekinesis drag back, but now...
it's not the play.
No! It's fodder! It's cannon fodder here. They're just being burst to pieces. A double kill, another missed spear. Benjaz, oh goodness, you can't do that. Jamari and Lissek's going to finish off, what, a 4th kill in a row? A triple for the Darkseer bottom lane.
Oh, wow.
Wait, no, that's a 5-man. That's a 5-man. They killed Witch Doctor, then they killed 4 heroes that TP'd in bottom.
This all started with Jamari just rotating bottom, going on to Burna, and Incubus, instead of making their own plays on the other side of the map, they decided to TP in everybody into this Darkseer, who's level 9.
That's nuts.
This guy, This guy is like a beast team fighter right now. You don't want to be fighting into these double iron shells with the Earth Spirit and the Darkseer. You don't want to be going into them. You want them to come into you so that, you know, you can always back off whenever you can. But bottom lane, you're just kind of stuck in that tier 1 area. You lose like 4 heroes and the tower. Omega just blew this map open. Plus, the Wraith King has been free farming this entire time because he brought that Mars and the Rubik bottom.
In his own safe lane at 11 minutes, right? There is a very good reason why we see a lot of these top tier teams. They do that mirror movement. They bring their position 1 down to the off lane. They push the tier 1, and you kind of play into the opposite jungle so it's safer and you get nice secure farm. Yeah, I don't know. Incubus kind of going against the grain of things. They need to.
They're going again. They need the Darkseer though to keep him in and shell the Earth Spirit.
They caught him. They could kick him back.
They have enough.
Just Light Strike Array chain stuns Laguna Blade. He pops his wand. He survives.
They should have
daggers
waited.
over the trees. And now Thug are going to borrow time. They throw the wall in there. The vacuum comes out, but Jamari uses the Mars. Light Strike Array to stun. The arena catches her. Lena stuck inside of it, and the Black Soul, with his Astral Steps, jumps forward and a Haunt from Spectre allows them to take down Jamari. So a flubbed initiation from Omega that time around.
Yeah, Lissex was like literally 1 second away from TPing in, shelling the Earth Spirit, surging himself, and going in for a wall vacuum on top of that initiation on the Spectre. They just jumped the gun. Had to wait, just be a little bit more patient. Like literally 1 second, Gary, and that would have been the difference between Omega getting the Spectre kill, getting out cleanly, and what just happened. Now the Spectre is going to feel great. She TP back to base, haunted back into the fight, got the kill onto the Lena, who was doing very well, and now she can just go back to farming. Doesn't have to think about haunting anywhere onto the map.
Probably still a little bit worried as a team in general about this Wraith King, though, aren't they? Like, he's going to have Relic 13 minutes in. So that's
until he gets Radiance, they have that opening to be able to make plays, not have to worry too much that when you're killing this Wraith King is going to do a lot. They're trying to do it right now. They're going in there. Ngate is just farming without worrying too much.
And he's got
you want to react to this though, if you're
the
Omega.
TPs are coming in.
This
They
is
bring the Earth Spirit forward, slow down the Witch Doctor. They should get a trade off of that reincarnation at the very least onto him. A red test down. They can't catch any more of the stragglers though. Skellies are chasing them. But Rubik and Void Spirit, they get away.
3 minutes left on this Wraith King reincarnation to be back up again. Now this is only a worth move if Incubus can try to make another smoke play onto the Wraith King, or make this Wraith King come into the fight without his ulti on.
And Lena and a battened down bottom, kind of holding Spectre in a very similar spot. They're kind of just farming down in front of that tier 2. Doesn't feel particularly safe moving anywhere else. And she could go back into a triangle, as Wraith King has done now, clearing through a couple of Ancients for himself. It would be nice to see Omega go for another one of these smoke plays, though. You know, get those Iron Shells on the Earth Spirit, move forward, get your Lena a bit closer to the BKB through a couple of kills. But they're playing under Radiant Vision right now. Incubus knows exactly where that trio are. Yeah, they draw the circle around him. Witch Doctor's even going to poke his head over this little staircase. See if he can spot anybody while they defend Spectre.
Do you think Spectre will go for a Diffusal Blade this game? Will we see that? We've been seeing a lot of Diffusal Blades on many different heroes in the current patch because of Medusa things. Like, Medusa has pretty much set a trend for carry items. But I wonder if we're going to see that. She's going for the Yasha first.
It's pretty good against all these strength heroes, isn't it? You know, Wraith King's one that we very often think about, but he does have a shard now. But even Darkseer are bad and Earth Spirit. They're very reliant on getting their spells off. And if they get just haunted, manted, jumped on by a Spectre, they lose their entire pool. That's a hero gone from a fight. It would be nice. I think it's a good shout.
I would like to see it, but probably won't this game. Incubus, it looks like they try to make a smoke into their own jungle, see if they could catch anyone just trying to split push, and it doesn't really work out. Omega go back into a very defensive position, waiting for the Wraith King's reincarnation plus the Radiance to be complete. He has a Radiance now, but 1 more minute for that reincarnation. So that smoke play earlier from Incubus that let them get that reincarnation on cooldown, bottom 1 extra minute essentially.
Yeah.
Before Omega could actually go out and fight. Darkseer has an Aghanims ready now. So look at this Earth Spear's HP, 1700, 50 minutes in. That's a position 4.
He's an absolute Goliath, he is. It's the trio of items, right? You mentioned the Radiance, the Aghanims, then Lina's BKB is pretty much ready. 50 gold away from it. So they're going to have their entire set ready to go and probably look for that tier 1 mid lane.
Bottom tower is
This is
Arcane Rune
the
top.
Chris Luck Lina build, right? Yo's BKB, no boots of travels,
radiant.
don't need
Yeah,
none
then,
of
like-
that greedy items.
Back into Travels or Shiva's Guard, like depending what you need. Incubus going to hold out on that mid lane. Very, very good at shoving the wave out over and over. Just Fade Bolt, Resonant Pulse. Wave is dead. So Omega are the ones that have to make a more nuanced move into the mid lane. They can't just batter their heads into the middle of it. They do have to smoke, wrap around, look for a pick-off somewhere. Seems kind of obvious when Mingate is running straight at your tower that something like that's happening, though. Dissimilate used very early on. Stun onto Black Soul with a Light Strike Array coming. Doesn't quite land. The roll from Demon also not connecting. And a good Arena
Oh, it
Spear.
doesn't BKB.
Kimara getting haunted upon. Doesn't get the BKB or the Yule's off. Lina's dead. They get the tower, sure, but Lissexy dropping low as well. The Spectre's Blade Mail and the Stolen Wall coming out. Thugger, Demon, they move forward in towards a Spec, but the rest of the team don't want to fight. The Darkseer's too low. He's got a ditch. They've got Reincarnation Radiance up. Aratta's dropping. As the
Mingate's strong,
illusions and
though.
that. Taking him down with these Iron Shells, and you're right, Mingate is incredibly powerful. Still feeling he can go one against the world.
They're gonna have to back off here, but that, oh wow. So you got Black Soul who used himself, and Jamari was so focused on getting that Light Strike Array, where, like, as soon as the use goes down, that he didn't notice the arena come out. And he kind of just got pinned to the wall, especially with the stun
got
there, and then
stunned.
boom, he just died. I mean, he had like, I think maybe a 0.1 second to be able to BKB there. Doesn't get it in time, gets instantly popped by the Spectre and the Mars, and you lost your highest net worth hero, your highest damage dealer at the start of the fight, and Omega just started scattering in the engagement. They couldn't really stick around anymore. But they did get to keep their reincarnation, so they can just go right back and do the same as Zach played. They'll wait for the Darkseer wall of replica to be back up, but after that, it is time to keep fighting for Omega. You don't want the Spectre to just, farm, wait for her Haunt to be back up. You want to take these engagements while Haunt is on cooldown.
Yeah, that's what we kind of saw from their draft. What we figured was going to be happening here. Once Omega get a couple of items, it really is just put your foot down, get things going. But back to that BKB point. 9-second BKB. Maybe you're right. He could have waited and hit that half a second time or whatever. But if you're running in towards a tier 1 and you're starting a fight, would you not rather just pre-press it as Alina?
Yeah, you would, but it's just you having a Batten on your team too. You kind of expect him to be able to cover you.
Yeah.
And get a shield off. I didn't really get to see what he did at the last fight. Maybe he used the shield too early on someone else. Mingate? Oh, this is a disaster. If they lose reincarnation right now, they got the.
And they're close in on him though.
Wraith King.
They've got this stolen wall. A death ward thrown into the arena. They drop the wall themselves. A stolen wall again from Slardin as they take down Mingate. Benja's magnetized. Demon rolled back in here and he wants Black Soul. Won't quite catch as the Yule's up. Jimari's going to Light Strike Array. The self-Yules though. And an Astral Spirit ready to go, but he's been stunned up. They get the double on the Lina. Burner Slardin still lurking around here, thinking about continuing the fight. As Thuggers are Batten left stranded.
So it is 1 for 3. Mingate, his life was not for nothing. They do get a little bit of trades, but you still lost your position 1 carry. Burna didn't have to use Haunt because it wasn't up yet. And I think they can just go back and fight again on Incubus because now the Wraith King's reincarnation is on cooldown for over a minute. So if Incubus are timing these spells, they would understand this is the time for them to fight.
There you go, Smoke. Burner can push out all the way through top. Like you said, use that Haunt. Clear out like a wave mid. Benjaz here can be with Arete. Smoke up off to the right-hand side of the map. It's just like Slardin's down bottom alone pushing, so he's not going to be there with them.
That's okay, because when Slardin's showing like this, it means that Incubus are probably not making a play right now. So Omega might get caught off guard.
Oh, they hold the high ground.
Oh,
They see them coming. And Thugger, the one hero you don't really want to be running into. Still has the borrowed time ready. They've not been able to pop it yet. The arena going to catch out the Earth Spirit and a Batten inside. And a haunt from Burner looking towards Mingate, pops out the Manta style and burns through a lot of his HP, but they lose the Abaddon, traded out the Witch Doctor. Jamari's Lina has given Laguna Blade over to Rubik though. Slardin could look to turn, but the BKB from Lina, Light Striker A catching Black Soul, Essence Ring popped. He survived a little bit longer, but his life is gone. Destroyed by the Lina and a good Yules to stop the Mars from chasing. While Mingate, he's been able to reset and the reincarnation just comes off cooldown. Literally 1 second. The difference between him living and dying there. And Burner, the Blade Mails go in. Mingate surged up and sprinting forward, dodging the Red Fire Blast. Sure, but you can't dodge the crit. The big sword man comes in with a massive hit. And Mingate makes that fight all worthwhile.
Yeah, that opening onto the 2 support heroes there, especially one of them being a bad and the other one having like over 2,000 HP was just too much for Incubus to go through. Spectre haunted into the back. He saw Mingate, but there was no more backup to be able to kill this Wraith King while his reincarnation was on cooldown.
Yeah, he's able just to run it back. This game though, it really is all about these cooldowns and the vision.
Yeah.
Who's able to get the jump on certain targets, because we can feel how delicate Jamari's Lina is when she does get jumped, and equally how reliant this Radiant team is around Arena and Haunt especially.
It's getting really good, but you can see the big difference though, Gary, in this game is between Black Soul and Jamari. That's where the large net worth difference is at. And
it's the whole gap.
Talked about it at the start, you know, Jamari, this Lina, man, he is so good with this hero. Look at his build too. He's going for a Scotty next, not even boosted travels. You know, he just wants to farm up, get his Scotty, be able to be that like tanky guy who slows heroes down. If they jump him, that's fine by him. He's got an Abaddon who can cover him, heal him up. They're gonna have to use a lot of resources to be able to bring this Lina down.
We saw this from him last time he played Lina, I think, right? And then they've got the added Ion Shell factor. You know, it was like a 4,000 health Lina 35 minutes into the game, which was kind of insane.
He'll probably end up buying a Satanic or something at some point, I'm sure.
Yeah.
He's just going full-on right-click build on this Lina. Okay.
I do want to point out, though, also, Sladin's Rubik, he's stolen Wall 2-3 times, Laguna Blade, he's getting some real big spells out there. He's kind of been the one holding them in these fights, honestly.
He has been. These have been really good spells to have. The wall's nice, but I feel he should try to get an Ion Shell if he can. I think that's way more valuable than even this Laguna Blade. Just having the shell to be able to push the lanes out, get yourself some more farm. Oh, they found a Lina though.
Oh, wow.
Oh, they don't chain it.
They do jump her, but she BKBs and runs through. Still dead though. Burner's damage. Say just enough to swipe through Jamari, and now dead for a minute. I'm thinking about breaking back up to that dire triangle. I'm just going to fall away from the skeletons though.
She underestimated the damage of Spectre. I think that's where Jamari wanted to just BKB, use the spec, and walk out. And run to her team, get healed, get surged, and just try to bait. But instead, try to just TP out on the spot. Spectre just pops Manta. You got the Desolate, and all these heroes hitting the Lina, and that's it. She's dead. That's a big kill. Especially for Burna here. We're getting very close to that Scotty himself.
Yeah, it sure is. But yeah, it's really easy to underestimate these Manta illusions out of Spectre. Desolate doing what, 60? It's pure damage, well, yeah, 60 pure damage bonus. All 3 heroes when you're isolated like that.
So
this.
I was thinking something. Tell me if you like it or not, okay? This is my idea. Rubik buys Aghanims. I know he bought Yules, right? But instead he buys Aghanims first item. Then he steals Ion Shell, and he becomes Darkseer himself. And then he puts the Ion Shell on the Spectre the Void Spirit every fight. How crazy is that?
I don't think it's that crazy. When I saw him pick up that Staff Wizardry, I think
how awesome would that be, right?
Oh, that's real good.
It's also spell-amped because of the
Arcane Supremacy.
And then it lasts longer, right?
So,
I don't know. It's pretty cool. I think you want your Spectre to have that extra HP, the damage. Now your Void Spirit, who's struggling in this game, and his lower net worth, has this extra source of damage whenever he goes in.
That sounds really nice, yeah.
That's what he should have done after going for the Aether Lens. He did go for the Yules. He's going for a Blink Dagger too now. He's looking for the big teamfight spells, but I believe this Darkseer Iron Shell is that big teamfight spell.
Yeah, I mean, having the charges on it feels incredibly good.
Smoke
Black
up
Soul.
here.
They are
They're
coming
also
down there
defending
for him.
bottom. They got the Lina with the Aegis too. As soon as they revive, they know that the Haunt's on cooldown. They just went and got the Roshan, and Omega, they're on the offensive now. They feel very good
Oretes.
with Lina have second life.
He's going to get spotted, isn't he? Yeah. Poor
Yeah.
Witch Doctor. Quick little Glimmer Cape. They vacuum him back. A little bit of a dive under the tier 2. Is it worth it, though, if they get this connection? Yeah, okay. They'll be able to find him and kill him. Took a little bit longer than they would have liked, but they still converge there onto the tier 2 tower. Creep wave's coming in with a catapult as well. Now make use of this first stage, just like you say on this Lina. Just push out these objectives, take control
They
of the
should go
map,
high
get a
ground with this,
stranglehold.
This is a high ground
yeah,
play right here. Hell yeah, let's go. Like, you see the map positioning. The Mars was showing middle. No one's here bottom spamming any spells. If 2 heroes show here, I wouldn't be surprised if Lissex just goes in for a wall back play. Just try to kill one guy before the Witch Doctor's alive.
Or even like a roll-in kickback play, maybe, from Demon, if they spot someone there. There's no high ground vision. They start with a telekinesis horn. They're thinking about going on
Dina.
Jimari, but great BKB into that spear. Benjas BKBs himself up, but the wall dropped, and a bit of lag. The vacuum there catching out. But Mengante's first life is down. The focus from Incubus was on that Wraith King. The trouble being, Spectre
Burner.
has been left alone. Burner's dead without buyback. They bring the Earth Spirit back into this fight, potentially with his own buyback. But it looks like for now, Tier 3 has been defended. I just wonder, round 2 coming, what's the answer from Incubus with no Spectre now?
Yep, they got the reincarnation back up in 15 seconds. The only big spell that Omega lost in that fight was the wall. The wall's gonna run out. They're gonna try again bottom. I don't really like this. Like, you're not sure if the Spectre's buyback is up. It could be dangerous, but they're going for it.
I guess
They
she
got
doesn't have
balls on
Horn,
Omega
right?
here.
So even if she does buy back, you've got a chance to run away.
Yeah.
Like the gap closed from the Radiant, it's pretty much this Void Spirit and Mars. And they do have the jump arena, spearing up Lissex Darkseer. Quick to simulate into the middle of the wall with that Resonant Pulse silence. The Aghanim Scepter comes out and Lissex drops. Mengate, Jemari still thinking about focusing these barracks down. And Oretes did spend the Death Ward. So limited on damage from this Incubus side as they do get another jump spear back. The stolen Laguna Blade, but
just got
into
a
the
BKB.
Aegis and Reincarnation. Now Benjas, he's the one in trouble, stuck under the Light Strike Array, dead without buyback himself, while Thugger is frontlining. Zoning out the entirety of the Radiant squad all alone with just a borrowed time, and then Laguna Blade, the Witch Doctor. All the Spectres
mess it
TP'd
up.
into the middle of all of them. Burner. Oh, he's got away from that one. Very fortunate to have the backup of Oretes and Slardin with that Light Strike Array. They're still going to lose the Witch Doctor, though.
Buyback.
And a full lane of barracks, it looks like. Burner's had to go back into Fountain. Jimari, the self-yules, dodge away
he
from a bit of that
used the-
damage. Gets away from that Astral Step, doesn't he?
You're the Maledict.
And
From
from that
the-
Maledict, yeah.
Yeah, the last tick of Maledict would have killed him off, and he gets the Yule, which is really, really nice. They lose yet Baden, but they got the melee racks. They did lose the Aegis, and they had to use some more BKBs, but I think Omega are going to be quite happy with that. They also got rid of the Witch Doctor's buyback there too. So one set of racks with the first Aegis looks good for Omega. I mean, I was a bit skeptical because you've used your BKB, your wall's on cooldown, and it's really dangerous to go high ground in those situations. You might just want to wait for the wall to be back up and fight. Spectre won't have her haunt anyway, but they took the risk and it paid out.
And having that level 3 reincarnation is such a great, powerful thing to have. Like, the difference between level 1 and level 3 reincarn is actually pretty silly.
Yeah, it's
200
insane.
seconds down to 40.
Definitely. I mean, that's kind of what makes the hero. You got to play to his
Yeah.
timings. So it's really, really good. Got an AC
Neutral
soon.
items. He's still holding onto the chipped vest there.
Yeah.
Finally swapping it out for a Mindbreaker. Oh,
I
they've
think
got a
the
quiver
game-
on Lina.
Oh, is it? Ooh, that's a big item.
With
That
a
is
DD
absolutely
rune.
huge. Now she's got boots of travel suit. Oh, we talked. Hey, guess what? He's got queued up next.
Satanic.
I knew it. Like the way that he's been building, he's like, at some point, this man's gonna buy a satanic on Lina. That is gonna happen.
It's the last time he did this, it wasn't the one up against crewmates. I went back and looked. It was against Inverse, and he did the same thing, right? The Chris Luck build. Then he switches into Scardy, and he went Hurricane Pike afterwards as well. So
Yeah.
he's going to swap
I
the
really-
Pike for a Satanic here.
I really appreciate all these core players buying the satanic these days. Not only on strength heroes, it feels really good just having that dispel available whenever, and just it gives you 55 damage. It's actually amazing of an item.
Is there
It's
anything
really, really good.
Lena particularly wants to dispel in this game? Like Fade Bolt,
Yeah, I mean,
Resonant Pulse,
it's just
the silence.
silence,
Yeah.
it's all that stuff. Even like a buffer that's on you, maybe like a random Scotty or a Shiva's later on, just being able to satanic that off, so you can move or attack faster. Even God's Rebuke, right? You're rebuked, you get slowed, you just click it and just start right clicking.
Turn around and hit him.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. It's just like all these small little buffs just make the item much better, right? Just more utility, more usage out of it, or different situations where you can use it. It's so good.
Yeah, the use case definitely improved.
I like
So
the
now-
Darkseer too here, Gary. He's got a pipe and he's going for the punch. He's going for the ag
is
shard
he?
next. I hate this item.
Go punch the Spectre. I don't think I've cast a game where we've seen the normal punch come out from Darkseer.
We did. Did
we?
It was a team who was already lost all their buildings, and he bought the shard at the end. Yeah,
Was I sick that day?
I'm not sure, maybe, but we definitely saw a Darkseer who bought a shard. It was like
Okay.
at the throne though, you know. It was like the game's about to end. He just ran and he punched someone and did nothing.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, but I think
But-
I'd rather see him just go for this BKB. You know, just be this guy who's unkillable, or even a Lotus. Right? Your job is to just buff up your teammates. What's the point of shard? You're just gonna put yourself out of position by going in to right click someone.
Here it is, Theban. This is the logic, right? You put your shard in your quick buy before second Roshan even spawns. Then you can say to your team, "Hey, I've been
I was
wanting to
gonna
buy
buy
this
it.
item. I was going to buy this item. I've been waiting 10 minutes for it. Can I just have it?"
Dude, I've tried that before.
Does it work?
I've tried that in my team, and it doesn't work. You know, my
Aw.
carry player has like 30k net worth. He's like, no, this shard is mine, and he just takes it. And I'm like a support with like
You
maybe 8,000
bastard.
net worth. I'm like, come on, man, dude, I'm gonna buy it anyway. You can farm that item in like a minute and a half.
Radiant's
Like,
top tower.
and then he's like, no, I need this item. It's too good for me. And then he just takes it.
Double.
Well, it was a thought. Maybe he's trying it. You know, he's going through the motions. He's gonna give it a try. But what's the game plan from Omega? You know, speaking of Roshan, is it just push out lanes, wait for second Rosh for them? Because they don't seem to be in a hurry.
They're not in a hurry at all. Their flow of the game is really good. Oh, Jamari though, he sees Berna.
Can he solo kill
sees
Burner
him.
here with a DD?
He just walks away.
Crystallis DD, Scotty Lena?
Artes. He's seeing if Jamari will run into him, because they might get like a cask into like a spear, and no, Jamari goes the really safe way around.
Yeah.
I'm very impressed with Jamari's gameplay overall, Gary. Like, especially if he gets the hero that he's good with, you know? Like, give him these squishy guys. He'll play him much better than if you give him some crazy hero, because then he just like kind of overplays his hand. Oh, they're
They
going
do
mid.
hold straight on to Lena.
Slowed.
BKB. A runaway. And a jump in with an arena from Mars. Jamari's out of there. They spear Lissax
No,
up against the
Darkseer.
side of it. They're going on so many separate
still
targets
want
though. And
Lena.
Darkseer, he still has this vacuum wall play as Lena's surviving. And there's the save coming in from the Darkseer. But Jamari has fallen. And Demon's stuck here. He's going to try and roll himself back. He threads the needle between Benjers and Slardin. Still a long-range telekinesis to pull him into them. A roll back. He's got the distance, but a stolen roll. A spear coming through. Earth Spirit gets out of there at long last.
This is
Well,
what we
that
call
Lena
cast the
dying, though.
curse. Right here. We were just praising him, and then
Yeah.
he gets caught. I mean, she is very vulnerable still, right? If you start with the telekinesis and you get the Manta Spectre haunting in, they just didn't have that chain disable right away, so it took them a little bit more effort. But Omega were like so spread out on the map, they couldn't like come in and help the Lena escape. So they get that one kill, buy themselves a little bit more time. It wasn't like the biggest of kills, but they were able to buy themselves a little bit more time to get to their next set of items.
But then those items are going to help them fight at Roshan as well, which is going to be up in about
Definitely.
2 minutes or so. So yeah, it's
Ooh,
another
long
nice
Roshan
window there.
spawn.
Incubus just extending out this period of the game where, like we were saying, Omega weren't really in a rush to go and do anything. But now they might start thinking about needing to smoke and find individual pickoffs of their own.
Have you seen the Spectre? He's got a shard.
Ooh,
Yeah,
interesting.
dispersion. Can cast can cast Dispersion on a hero that damaged you in the last 8 seconds. Illusion lasts 5 seconds. Cooldown 25 seconds. So anyone did damage to you, just click it. Brings a haunt to that guy. 5 seconds, like after 4 seconds, you can go in and just gonna be surprised. Like, oh, whoa, where did this Spectre come from? Or they're gonna think that you popped haunt.
So you can rift onto it, can't you?
Yep.
You can reality
You
to
can.
it. Yeah.
Exactly. It's really good against heroes like Zeus. Here we
Oh,
go.
hello. The vacuum and the punch Aretas down to the low ground. Interesting little interaction there as they do haunt in, and a 4-man arena comes through with
Huge
Dark
arena.
Soul pummeling onto them. The Resonant Pulse hits them all. They're forced to BKB to get rid of the silence. Thugger has to buy back as well, but Lissex, that dog's here, the teamfight hero, has been shredded. Megate, he's stuck. Reincarnation sure is up, but speared down. Black Soul tracks back onto him. Megate, the big battle between him and that Void Spirit comes to an end for the first time. A re-roll in from Demon and a Laguna Blade taking him down. A double for Demon, in fact, as the Radiant. They're forced to disengage out of a fight that looked pretty solid for them until Megate stood his ground.
Yeah, it was a really good fight, but they just didn't have the gas to go for the Wraith King afterwards. You know, you already killed the Darkseer, you killed the Abaddon, you popped your BKB, you popped both of your BKBs, and now you're just kind of putting yourself out of position. They have to be a little bit more patient with that fight. Plus, they didn't have a ward on the high ground either. So Omega see the entire fight. They see exactly which heroes that they need to go for. So, pretty big mistake there from Incubus after getting the lead in the engagement. And you can see this Darkseer with this shard completely like throwing the fight, right, Gary? He just ran in, punched him, and then it's like, oh, guys, there's a Darkseer here. Let's just jump in. He's the best team fighter they got. If we kill him, we're going to win this.
He was punching a Witch Doctor as well. It's like, it's not the hero you want to be going in to punch, honestly.
I just wish he had a
Benja's
BKB.
buying back, thinking that Roshan was alive. They do get the D-Ward on the high ground, but there is still a sneaky observer much deeper there from the Dire team that has seen the move. And Benjaz, the buyback hero. Oh,
He's got a BKB, though.
Earth Spirit. They're moving in towards Burner and Slardin. They've got the Yules up.
So
Can they
low
catch
already.
him out? The wall's dropped in on them. The bash onto Jamari, forced to BKB himself. Slardin's getting stunned and blown up. But Benjaz with the arena, they surge Lena out of there. Can she speed away? It looks like she's going to
more
die.
hit.
The self-fuels. Oh, it's one touch from Burner and Black Soul. Force the buyback out of Lena now. Oh, the TP with a glyph onto that creep. It's going to come through, so they'll rejoin the fight. Black Soul, Benjaz, they're both too far back to save Burner. So a Yules, a Light Strike Array, all the chain stuns in the world, and Lissax with a normal punch and a vacuum in will take down the Spectre again.
Okay, he got the kill with the punch illusion. All right. He's like,
Worth
hashtag worth it.
And now Roshan, they need that for Jimari. Just bought back. I'm looking at buyback status now. I mean, Radiant, they've got Spectre and Void Spirit with them. Probably the two most important heroes you'd like to have with it. But your base is about to come under attack. They give up on Roshan for now. Instead, just
Punch.
going for buildings.
Oh,
a
another
punch onto the
attack.
Witch Doctor, catching him out. Aretes. That's now a 2v5. An arena from that Benja's Mars, and they buy back on Spectre, jumping in towards Lena. Remember, she just bought back as well. Jimari's in so much trouble. Oh god, the overextension from Omega. Megate has got a lot of work now. Everything on his plate and his shoulders. Burner. As the Cloak of Flames go in, he's very tanky on the Spectre, and a
die.
good spirit remnant drags them away from her. The Spectre survives. Megate's first life still up and running, but it is time to run away. You've got to save your Wraith King.
They want to heal up super fast and go fight right now while the Lena is dead for 90 more seconds. Wait, this could be a Roshan for Incubus. Having the Lena die back here, I don't think they're going to be able to...
Why didn't they just go Roche when Lena bought back? That's what I thought would be the natural
question.
move. Get Aegis on
Yeah.
Lena.
I'm telling you, Omega, they got big balls. Sometimes that's a burden.
Jeez.
It gets a little too heavy, and that's what's happening for Omega. You know, they just have to go back and do that Roshan, play the game safe, because you gotta assume that buyback is possible from the Spectre. Plus, Alina not being able to have her BKB there too is just complete disaster. Oh, this game is just getting completely turned here. Who are they gonna give the shard to? Void Spirit could possibly get a shard. It's an extra 200 damage. We can give the shard to the Witch Doctor, or even the Rubik for the save. Telekinesis save, which would be nice as well.
It's just, how have they just allowed this to happen? Roshan's
they give it to
gone.
the
Demon
Void.
was thinking about the roll in. Now he's going to get caught. He's
BKB.
forced to BKB.
He doesn't BKB there, he's 100% dead. So
Yeah.
very quick fingers on Demon, just get the hell out of there. Mingate.
Mingate. Oh, you get on top of Benjaz. Normal
Oh,
punch
wow,
and a
he's
back.
dead.
Now he's dead for 100 seconds. Roll into Witch Doctor. Hang on a minute. They've given them Roshan. They get a couple of pickoffs, and now they're ready to run down mid lane again.
Yep, they gave them the
I
false
don't
sense
understand
of
this video game, Theban.
security that we're not gonna fight, and now it's gonna be 5 versus 4 going the other way. They don't give a shit about the Aegis if you got 4 heroes.
Apparently not. Apparently not. And Burner trying to disperse himself into the fight. Gets a bash onto Mingate. First life down. Orbs and sentries plonked down by Thugger, who does
That's
have the flicker on Thugger.
That's what they gotta do, right? They gotta just get this reincarnation pop, so he's gonna be, you know, very cautious for the next 30 seconds. He doesn't want to die. I think
1 minute for Mars.
Benjaz also didn't expect to
Look at
die.
that.
It was that Silver Edge, right? That kind of destroyed him. Because then his bulwark isn't really working.
Yeah. It's such a good pickup against the Spectre as well. And he's going to go straight up to high ground. They've rolled deep. Earth Spirit gets the catch. Vacuum wall onto the Spectre and the Rubik now. Normal punch. Burner. He's blade mailed. He's got to get away from them, but they've taken out Slardom with that Laguna Blade, and they've found the tier 3. The BKBs out of Omega have given them that safety to shred through the buildings, while Demon, he just face tanks it. He walks into the middle of everybody that's left from Incubus, says, throw your spells on me. My teammates are going to remove all of the buildings. The Mega Creep's going to come soon. They haunt in. They make the move with Burner, try and catch him out. It's a double kill from Black Soul. They pick off that Abaddon and Earth Spirit, but they've got the reincarnation still going up. They've got that nice little Aegis as well for Burner, so he comes back, but they whack him down with a massive punch. Mingate and Lisak's doing very well against them, and you're right. Now they're against Mega Creeps.
Oh, okay. Very well executed from Omega. With that Mars dead, they just go straight for the objectives. They don't care about anything else. Spectre walks in. It's like, okay, I'll just Silver Edge attack you. You're going to be very sad. You're going to lose like 70% of your health. We won't be able to kill you, but that's fine, because then the Spectre feels uncomfortable, just walks away. Then he take the buildings while she heals. It was just so well executed from Omega here. It all started with Benjaz just getting caught out mid lane. It's being destroyed.
Yeah.
You know what?
So
I take it all back. I love this Darkseer punch. It's actually hilarious. It's actually so hilarious. Maybe you want to get your BKB first before you buy it, but it's pretty cool. Like, just the stun duration is nice. It's another catch, and you can even potentially put someone out of position by blinking behind them and punching them towards your allies. It's a pretty decent setup or follow-up.
That's pretty nifty.
Yeah.
Honestly, this game has been filled with things that are unexpected, unorthodox, and kind of a bit weird, right? You know, the bottom lane tier 1 defense kind of started it all off in this game for me, thinking, you know, things have gone a little bit off tangent, off trajectory. That Roshan...
Right. Exactly. That play bottom kind of gave Omega that little bit of a boost to their engine, and it kind of just kept going from there, where Incubus, they needed to not make that mistake and slow the game down so the Spectre can hit her timings. Because you can see how Incubus can win nearly every single fight as well. It's just that they feel one step behind, a little bit of gold behind, like just to get their items, you know, a little faster. It just, the game just went a little too fast for them.
I would like 1 item, please, sir. One map positioning, please, sir.
Yeah.
Some good wards coming down from Thugger again. You know, that mid lane ward he placed down earlier on when they were pushing up high ground. Now they take control of the Radiant Triangle. And you are stuck in your base as Incubus, just waiting.
Need a lot of items now on Incubus. They need to win this next team fight, and then they need this Void Spirit to just, like, hit 6 slots. The key is through this hero. He needs to be able to destroy or just delete guys. He's got Shivas now. That's a good start. Desolator, that's what he's got queued up next on the Void. Might even need to just go for a Rapier, to be honest. Get those Astral Steps to do some work. He got the Dissimulate stuns instead of the Astral Step crit, but he probably needed the crit, to be honest, this game.
Just to finish people off, yeah.
Yeah. I don't really see this Dissimulate like going in for stun plays anyway. Just try to you gotta be able to delete heroes.
Well, they won't be able to delete Jamari. They spot her under observer ward, so they're going to know that she does have this Eon disc, keeping it disassembled for now, waiting for that perfect moment in the team fight to use it up. But now, all of a sudden, an incredibly difficult hero to snipe as they make a jump onto Thugger, try to pop his borrowed time. Sladin also blinks in
Sladin's
aggressively.
Holy
He's
smoke,
actually just
Sladin.
blinked into the middle of 4 of them. He's got a Neon disc to proc himself, but no escape now. Dead for 75, and I was just about to start going over buybacks. He's one of them that doesn't have buyback ready.
Sladin is playing as if he's got all the Raxes still alive, and with buyback.
He was playing as if he had Black Hole stolen or something there. He blinked into the middle of 4 of them.
My goodness, yeah, this game looks pretty toast. Without your Rubik, without your disables and team fight, Mingate can just smash these buildings.
Well, there's that dispersion illusion. Cleared up pretty quickly. Arena towards Jamari, but the missed spear on the 3-man. Vac Wall catching him out, and Black Soul in all sorts of trouble there. Buys back immediately. But Benja's Black Soul, Burner, the quadruple bees, they are about to get busted. Destroyed, and their base in disarray. They spear that Wraith King into the fountain a little bit. They get a double kill on Black Soul. The Lina does finally die. Your throne is getting whacked by a big old Wraith King, though, and a Darkseer as well, who's creating illusions and shoving that Void Spirit back towards the fountain. Mega Creeps are massing at your gates. Reincarnation brings Megate straight into the fray, and finally the throne does drop.
Well, what a game. It felt like Incubus could come back in this game, many situations, but again, just the timings were off compared to Omega, and that can stem back to the early game mistakes that they made. Just play for your own